Hey everybody, Motorpoet59 here. I've been harping on the possibility of moving out of California for a couple of years now. It's not something that I really thought really seriously about until the last couple of years. I always talk, every time the liberals would do something stupid in Sacramento or whatever, I would say, oh, they'd raise the taxes, and it's like, oh man, I got to get out of here. But this is where I grew up. This is my home. Bakersfield, Tehachapi guy, and I'm a California guy. I love California. I love the state. I've done a lot of traveling around the United States, and there is nowhere else that is anything like California. If you've never been here, you really should visit sometime once all the silliness is over with COVID-19. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'll never go there and spend my money. You really should. California is a really bitchin' place. Got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of beautiful stuff, a lot of unique stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else in America. But anyway, back to my point. Over the last couple of years, things have been, since Gavin Newsom was elected our governor, things have really started to get out of hand. So I considered leaving California. But the point of this video is that I had never considered ever until very recently moving out of the United States of America. I love the United States. I am a true red-blooded American patriot. I hate progressives. I hate socialism. I hate communism. I hate any system that the government tells the people what they can and can't do, and where they can and can't shop, where they can and can't, what they're going to do when they grow up, what kind of jobs they're going to have, what they have to do when they get out of high school. Even a little bit of socialism I don't like the Scandinavian countries that have market economies still have socialist structures. I knew a guy, it was my ex-son-in-law, came here from Denmark, and he said there, when you got out of high school, you didn't get to loaf. You could leave, but you didn't get to loaf. You went to trade school, you went to a university, you went to the military. That was it. You didn't have any other choice. And he went to trade school, became a mechanic, a motorcycle mechanic, and eventually worked his way into the wind turbine industry. And he said that when he left, he was about 25 when I met him. And when he left Denmark, he was paying 52% income tax. America would be much worse than that were it to become socialist, because there's no way that you could sustain a country this size with only 52% income tax from the people. Everybody knows that the economy would eventually collapse in socialism, because every other socialist economy has collapsed throughout history. None have ever worked. And so don't talk about Canada, and don't talk about Australia, and don't talk about Great Britain, and don't talk about the Scandinavian countries, because those are all market economies. They have more social programs, but they pay higher taxes, but they're not socialist countries. So don't quote those. Don't ever try to debate me using those countries, because they aren't socialist. But back to my point, moving out of America, with all the rioting and the Black Lives Matter and the complete and total divide in America today, we have the Black Lives Matter people, who I did a video about this, saying that if they don't get their way, they would like to kill everyone in the white race, all white people dead. And I did a video about that, as I said. You can go look that up. But it's the politics, socialism, the threat of socialism has really started me wondering if this is where I want to spend the rest of my life. Now, I'm 60 years old. I just retired, and I don't have a lot of time left on this earth. I don't know if it would be worth it for me to move, but it's popped into my mind, and it never has, through all the things that the United States has gone through, everything that's happened, all the divisiveness over the impeachment and Trump and all that, never crept into my mind to leave until all the hate, and I mean hate, and violence and rioting going unchecked by local governments. It's insane. I posted a thing on my Facebook a couple of weeks ago about the thought of moving, and it started a pretty good thread about people saying, well, where would you go? Well, I'd go here, I'd go there, I'd go there. And the only two places that really popped into my mind were Australia, even though it's very difficult to get into Australia, to move there and live there. You can't just say, hey, I want to move to Australia. That's not the way it works. It's not like America, where you can pretty much just come here and take a test and become a citizen. It's not like that in Australia. They don't have the economy to support a large population, a large influx of immigrants. And I don't think being a Daniel Ricciardo and Chad Reed fan is going to get me in that door. But the only other country that ever piques my interest is Israel. Israel is a badass place. Geographically, I don't care for that climate. I don't want to live somewhere where it's hot all the time. But people, the Israelis, I've met quite a few of them, and they have such a refreshing attitude and outlook toward things, even though they're under constant pressure by the Arab world, and things are always going crazy over there. But they are some badasses, and I like their attitude there. They don't care if they step on people's toes. They don't care if they hurt somebody's feelings. They are concerned with the survival of their country, and they've had to fight for that survival since 1948, when that country was formed. And Americans are so spoiled because we haven't had to fight for our country since the Revolutionary War. We fought World War I and World War II, but those were fought in Europe and in the Pacific. We haven't fought a battle in America since 1814, I think it was 1814, at the end of actually after the War of 1812, it officially ended. You can talk about Dutch Harbor in the Aleutian Islands during World War II, but come on, I'm talking about where people live. Americans don't remember what it's like. They don't know what it's like to have to defend their country all the time and stay vigilant, and that is a refreshing thing. I really like that. But I don't know. I probably won't leave the United States of America. My kids probably wouldn't let me. They'd chain me down before they'd let me go off that far, and I don't want to be that far away from my family either. But the fact that it even entered my mind is noteworthy, and I just wanted to share that. Let me know what you think. Would you consider moving out of the United States? And if so, where would you think about going? Let me know. And I might say, too, that, you know what, Canada probably wouldn't be that bad a place. They have a real high taxes there. They don't have the healthcare system that America has, but it's a beautiful place. It is still a market economy, and probably wouldn't be that bad a place to live. But anyway, again, let me know what you think. Comments below. Shoot me an email, motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see y'all later. Probably right here in America. Probably right here in California. See ya.